Good evening, I'm Lisa Broom with the Monday, June 16th edition of the CBC Evening News. In our top story tonight, Barbados intends to pay Jamaican Shanique Myrie the $38,620 US she was awarded in damages by the Caribbean Court of Justice last year. This assurance from Attorney General Adriel Brathwaite, who says the check for Ms. Myrie has been prepared, and once it is released from the Treasury, he'll ensure it is forwarded to her attorney's account later this week. Mr. Brathwaite has also urged Jamaica's authorities to recognize the CCJ as its final appellate court, just as Barbados has done. Now, just last week, Ms. Myrie threatened to file a complaint before the court on the matter. She told Jamaica's Observer newspaper she was becoming impatient with Barbados.
We've been in communication with Ms. Myrie's attorney. And we've assured them that the payment is being processed, and I was assured this morning that it will be done this week. And that's my simple answer. It should be paid this week. But I want to make it clear, this is not a response to any threat on her part or a response to anything in the media. It's just a process, and it's being done, and I've assured my people, I've been assured by my people that it will be done this week.
Myrie's declaration last week came minutes after Foreign Minister A.J. Nicholson declared in the Senate that the ball was in her court to lodge a complaint to the CCJ about the length of time Barbados was taking to make the payment. However, Nicholson pointed out that the CCJ had no real powers to enforce its judgment, but had instructed that individuals who have been wronged should file a complaint. As the Crop Over Festival heats up, tent owners and band leaders, among others, have been crying out for sponsorship. While some sections of corporate Barbados have responded, a large majority continues to turn a blind eye. But Culture Minister Stephen Lashley says government will do what it can to change this. The Crop Over Festival generates in excess of $18 million in revenue annually. And while there are a few businesses that consistently support the various elements of the festival, a majority do not. Culture Minister Stephen Lashley is warning those businesses that benefit from the millions generated but refuse to put money into the festival that their days are numbered.
I would ensure that the festival brand in all of its genres are protected, and that they are licensed to use the name Crop Over, which means that you won't be able to use the name Crop Over in whatever fashion unless you pay some money for it.
The Culture Minister was speaking at the launch of the House of Soca over the weekend. He says the Cultural Industries Development Act will be proclaimed this year and should go a long way in helping to solve some of the problems Calypsonians face.
And I hope the management of House of Soca and the management of other tents take some time out, get familiar with the provisions of the legislation, and take maximum advantage of the incentives and the provisions under the legislation. Because it is for tents and persons who are involved in the creative sector that this legislation has been put in place. It brings tremendous benefits, and it will solve some of your headaches in relation particularly to the issue of financing.
Management of the tent presented this year's lineup and acknowledged the contribution of support staff over the years. Manager Sharon Carew-White says there will be some innovations this year, including a special breakfast show on July 11th to raise funds for cancer awareness.
In addition, you will also see our 4-day morning band, exclusive partying. And some of the plans we have also are to build international relations with folks from out of England. As I said, it was a bittersweet moment for me, but whilst in England, if you are a Barbadian, you should carry that flag at whatever time. And I was able to secure, through Education Today, some prosperous links for the future.
The tent will open on June 22nd at the St. Leonard's Boys' School. Meantime, Attorney General Adriel Brathwaite has appealed to people living close to where the Calypso tents will be set up to have some patience. He says he's heard complaints about the noise and other inconveniences generated by the tents.
Tents are only once a year. It's a season. And the average tent finishes 12 o'clock at night. I'm going to say at the outer limit 1 o'clock and stuff. I really cannot see and cannot support or encourage anyone to want to take objection to the staging of calypso tents, which are integral to our crop over season. I am not encouraging noise and disturbance of neighborhoods, but I am saying that we need a bit more cooperation because there can be no crop over without music, and there can be no crop over without tents.
Chairman of Crime Stoppers Barbados, Julie Dash, says the organization has been of enormous benefit to the Royal Barbados Police Force, with over 15,000 tips provided to the anonymous mechanism since its inception. She is exceptionally pleased. Many people are satisfied with providing tips rather than seeking rewards. Ms. Dash says those tips have led to 80 arrests. Speaking on Morning Barbados, Ms. Dash said this shows it's not just about the money, but these individuals want a better Barbados. She is encouraging Barbadians to continue using the 1-800-TIPS hotline.
You should make the report because, you know, one day it could be you. I think it's very important to face the problem before the problem faces you. And it is easy. No one needs to know that you did it. You just call the number 1-800-8477 and 5 years in and no one has been compromised.
Executive Director of Crime Stoppers, Devrol Dupini, says there's also been an improvement in the turnaround time after tips are provided.
We've seen improvements in that in terms of the dissemination towards the outward dissemination to the force, as well as improvements of information coming back into Sergeant Moore on a more timely basis, etc. And we've recently embarked on this a similar sensitization exercise within the force. When I mentioned we met with all the divisions, etc. So to continue that call for the urgency of information coming back in. So at this point in time, we're pleased. Obviously, there's still a little room for improvement, but we as an organization are really pleased with what we have seen in terms of the feedback and the quality of the investigations that are being conducted.
The winners of the community competition announced. We'll have that story and more ahead on the Evening News.
In concert with community, in harmony with humanity, feeling the rhythm, hearing the rhyme, moving to the beat of the time. Goddard Enterprises giving back, proud to be giving back, caring and sharing and serving and giving back. Across the region, Goddard Enterprises giving back.
50% of people with sensitive teeth do nothing about it. What they tend to seek is immediate treatment. I recommend Sensodyne Rapid Relief. There's a very simple test you can carry out at home. Grab a little bit, rub it on the area that's causing the sensitivity, and in 60 seconds you can see that the sensitivity that you previously experienced is now gone. Using Sensodyne Rapid Relief on a continuous basis helps prevent sensitivity in long term. It's an everyday toothpaste with a bit of an oomph.
I sent a text to the economic program, and then I got a call saying that I was a winner. This system is beautiful. For baths, it is excellent. I want to thank SunPower for this wonderful gift and giving back to the community. And I want to say again, thanks very much to Economics and SunPower, and I encourage everyone to watch the show. You too can be a winner.
Get your SunPower.
Retired school teacher Margaret Thompson is hoping to produce more top performances in the annual Common Entrance exam now that she has opened her own teaching academy. In 2005, 2006, and every year since 2010, the former St. Stephen's primary teacher has tutored many of the top 10 performers. Speaking at the official opening of the Marans Academy in Husbands over the weekend, Ms. Thompson said she will continue to encourage pupils to strive for excellence.
I promote excellence in an environment where mediocrity is becoming the norm. I preach excellence as soon as you arrive through the Marans Academy's door. In your work, in your behavior, in your attitude. And I insist that you must aim high and think big.
The founder of the Marans Academy revealed one of her secrets to success The founder of the Marans Academy revealed one of her secrets for success continues to be the special classes for parents.
Marans Academy is not just about the students. I place a great emphasis on creating partnerships with parents so that there is teamwork in bringing out the best in students. Thus, there are parent empowerment workshops, and these workshops are designed to help parents learn skills in maths and comprehension so that they are better able to assist their children at home. The reviews for these workshops are always overwhelming.
It was an all-female affair as 7 women came out on top of Q100.7 FM's Find Your Community competition. Over a period of 2 weeks, listeners were given 10 clues in which they were tasked with finding the 10 Barbadian communities. In the end, the winners of the numerous staycation prizes were Kelly Lashley, Marva Lashley Todd, Andrea Walker, Marcia Boyce, Pamela Holder, Diana Lashley, and Cheryl Clark. Marketing and Corporate Communications Officer with the Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation, Diane Fort, saluted the sponsors and spoke highly of the numerous participating properties. She is looking forward to feedback from the winners on their stay.
Relationship is the important thing, and we try to maintain a really good relationship with all of our clients. And certainly we have the Intimate Hotel Group who have provided most of today's prizes, and we have Divi South Winds, and with both of them we have an excellent relationship. Our relationship with the Intimate Hotels Group is especially strong with Pirates Inn and Infinity on the Beach, and we will have done promotions with both of these entities, and the hotels are beautiful, and those persons who want to stay there are going to have a great time. But I'm absolutely certain that you'll also enjoy your stay at Golden Sands Hotel, where there's that fabulous Rum and South line, Yellowbird Hotel, they've got Time Out Hotel, as well as South Gap.
Burger King continues its expansion in Barbados, opening its 3rd outlet on the island. The Trident House Lower Broad Street Bridgetown branch opened its doors this afternoon to the public, many of whom were anticipating its opening. Over 20 Barbadians have been employed at the new branch. The general manager of Burger King Barbados, Ryan Walters, expects the new outlet will do as well as the others at Sky Mall and Bridge Street Mall.
We have a very nice location here. We think that it will be a place that many people will frequent for breakfast and for lunch.
Chairman of Williams Industries, Ralph Busy Williams, says the expansion of Burger King doesn't stop there. The fast food chain will soon be putting into operation a mobile restaurant at Warrens.
We are working on a way to open it there, but satisfy all the town planning regulations. So we're very keen not to infringe any regulations, and that's why we haven't opened it yet.